After going to the doctor, you'll receive some form of treatment. Whether it's a procedure, prescription, or general wellness tip, they'll administer some form of treatment on you. Well, if you go to the doctor, you're almost always guaranteed to receive something else, and it'll show up in your mailbox a couple of weeks later. Of course, what I'm talking about is your medical bill or patient statement. To you, this piece of paper is no different than any other bill you receive in the mail on a monthly basis. But practices, hospitals, and other large healthcare organizations actually spend a lot of money, time, and resources on the design, data, and shipping logistics involved with sending their patient statements. Hi everyone, I'm Matt Moneypenny from eTactics, and today I'm going to go over why patient statements are so important. But before we get started, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking the button below. While you're down there, hit that alert bell icon next to it as well, so that when we post new helpful content, you get notified. There are costs associated with healthcare. We all know this. What we oftentimes don't know though is what those costs are until we receive our patient statement. Now this brings me to my first reason why they're such an important piece of paper. Your patient statement tells you how much money you owe your doctor. After all, how can they expect you to pay anything if you don't know how much money you owe them? This reason is also why most people call patient statements medical bills. Another truth behind healthcare is that it's expensive. As a way to combat its expenses, many of us seek out or already have insurance providers. But where do patient statements fit within all of this? Before you leave your doctor's appointment, you check out at your front desk. While you're walking to your car, your doctor's staff then reaches out to your healthcare insurance provider and communicates to them with what treatments and services you received and how much of them costs. Your insurance then communicates back to your doctor's office with what costs they'll cover for the services you received at that appointment. And once everything's finalized, this all gets communicated to you within the details section of your patient statements, which is another reason why they're so important. Okay, at this point, you know what services and treatments you've received, their costs, and what your insurance provider covered, and what you owe. This is all important information, but the next thing you need to know is how to pay your outstanding balance. Patient statements also happen to include all of this information within them. Some will even give you payment options and payment plan options to make it easier on your bank account to pay off what you owe over a time period that you choose. Many healthcare companies know that their industry is expensive and will try their best to make it easier for their patients to pay off their statements. Imagine you received your statement and noticed an error in the details section. You look at your doctor's office online and find a phone number to the massive healthcare organization that they're a part of. In this instance, what does calling them look like? You'd be greeted by an automated phone system that never seems to understand what you're saying, regardless of how much you enunciate your first and last name or your words in general. Be honest, we all hate this process. However, this could all be avoided if you received a patient statement that detailed the customer service contact information for the practice you visited, which happens to be another reason why these patient statements are so important. And as a final reason why patient statements are important is because they keep patients updated. Not everyone wants to subscribe to a monthly newsletter for their doctor. Although they can be helpful, more than 300 billion emails get sent each day across the entire world. That can really bog down patient inboxes. However, a statement also serves as a great way to stay updated with the latest developments at your doctor's office. Your doctor can include any changes such as payment method options, phone numbers, email addresses, mailing addresses, who to make checks payable to, etc. Patient statements are important for so many reasons. At first, it may just seem like they're just another bill. However, there's a lot of consideration that goes into them that you wouldn't think of off the top of your head. But they're an essential part of the entire healthcare process. Each section is methodically designed in order to make it easier for patients to understand what they're receiving and why they're receiving it. And if you'd like to learn more about why patient statements are important, reach out to eTactics. And you already made it this far into the video, so you might as well like it, share it, and comment below. Well, go on, subscribe to our YouTube channel. What are you waiting for?